Hey, what's up, New Hope volunteers and leaders? Thank you so much for being steadfast and faithful in this time of pandemic and many things that are going on around the world. And I know that New Hope cannot be where it's at without the amazing hearts and volunteers like you as well. And so I just have a quick word that I would love to just share with you, and hopefully that this blesses your hearts and your soul as well. And I want to read from Psalms 23, and I'm just going to read the first 3 verses from 1 to 3, and it says this: "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters, and he restores my soul. He guides me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake." A question that I really want to ask you is this: how well are you resting? Yep. How well are you resting? I mean, I'm not talking about sleep. I'm not talking about just being able to veg out and do nothing for the day, but how much are you resting in the Lord? I mean, are you making moments where God is the shepherd of your heart? Do you know that when we are shepherded by the Lord, it says that you have everything you need when your proximity is as close in his presence? There's something that I want to be able to help you learn and give you a gift that even God has gifted to us, and it's this: sustain a consistent Sabbath weekly. I'll say it again: sustain a consistent Sabbath weekly. See, Pastor Wayne always talks about reading our devotions daily. But there's something else as well that refreshes our soul and allows us to find rest in the Lord God Almighty. And it's taking a Sabbath weekly. When I started doing ministry and I had work, I had school, one of the biggest things that I've learned early on in my life from one of my leaders is this: that I have to learn and fight for taking Sabbaths. Now, Sabbath it's a day that you're going to dedicate onto the Lord. And maybe it might be moments where you want to have a little bit more leisure time in reading God's word, maybe in prayer, or doing something that's even that fills your tank. Like, what are the things that fills your tank? Or maybe you might just need that little bit of sleeping in for maybe 30 minutes more. But when we take a Sabbath, what it does, it restores us. And God in moments like that, God can shepherd us through moments where we allow ourselves to pause. And I know for myself, I had to fight for moments to have a Sabbath in my week. Like, it was a non-negotiable that I had to make sure that I was going to keep this consistent. Because if the Lord is your shepherd and he gives you everything you need when your proximity is as close in his presence, he guides you, he leads you, and he restores you. And the best way to hear his voice is when you take moments to pause. So I don't know about you, maybe start planning it out in your day of just taking that time to make sure that you have a Sabbath throughout the week. And I promise you this, it's going to bless your soul, especially if you are a married couple. This is something you can also do together, that you're going to make sure together in your marriage, hey, we're going to take a Sabbath, meaning together in your marriage, you're going to take a day that's going to be onto the Lord. Or even teaching your kids. Maybe it might not be a whole day. Maybe it might be just a half a day, and you're going to teach them early on at their age, where we're going to say, hey, you know what? We're not going to work. We're not going to do homework. I know that's a hard one, but we're just going to make this day unto the Lord. Well, I hope that this blesses you as it blessed me, and it's been a great gift for myself to be spiritually fed and spiritually fresh. Thank you so much.